Imagine this. You're scrolling through Instagram, and suddenly you see someone your age, maybe even younger, driving a luxury car, living in a mansion, traveling the world, and looking like they have life figured out. You feel a pang in your chest. Your mind whispers, "Why am I not there yet?" You suddenly feel behind, like your efforts are worthless. But what if I told you that this feeling isn't just bad for your confidence, it's rewiring your brain to self-destruct? Here's a fact that will shock you. A study from the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology found that people who engage in frequent social comparison are 52% more likely to experience anxiety and depression. Your brain, which is supposed to be focused on your path, gets hijacked by someone else's highlight reel. You're competing in a race you weren't even meant to run. Why your brain loves to compare the science behind it. Your brain is wired for comparison. It's called social ranking theory, a survival mechanism from our ancestors who had to compare themselves to others to determine their place in the tribe. The problem? Back then, they were comparing themselves to 20, 30 people in their village. Today, you're comparing yourself to millions online. Your brain doesn't know the difference. Every time you scroll and see someone achieving more, it triggers dopamine imbalance, making you feel less worthy, less successful, and more insecure. The illusion of perfection, you're not seeing the full picture. Think about this. No one posts their failures. That millionaire you envy, he might be drowning in debt. That model with the perfect body, she could be battling an eating disorder. Social media is filtered reality, yet your brain treats it as truth. Dr. Brené Brown, in her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, explains that comparison is the thief of happiness because it forces us to measure our worth against an unrealistic standard. So how do you stop this self-destructive cycle? Here are 3 actionable steps. Reduce your exposure, limit social media use. Research from Stanford University found that just 1 week off social media can boost happiness by 24%. Shift your perspective. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to yesterday's version of you. Growth is personal. Practice gratitude. Self-awareness. According to Harvard Health, people who actively practice gratitude are 25% happier because they focus on what they have, not what they lack. Here's the truth. No one tells you. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're on your own timeline. The only person you should be competing with is your past self. So stop comparing. Start living. Because the second you stop measuring your worth against others, that's the moment you truly become free.